Welcome to the Zwift tutorial. I am going to spend some time here, explain a little bit more about Zwift and how it works. So thank you for joining in. This video will be fairly long, but I really would like to show more people how to sign up for Zwift and take advantage of it and improve your cycling. I know we're just getting out of winter and you're wondering why in the world would I want to ride indoors, but please don't underestimate riding indoors. It's an extremely good workout and highly recommended regardless of the weather. Personally, I'll do indoor rides during the week and then do my long zone 2 stuff outside. So let me start by first, this is the Zwift website. Now you don't necessarily have to have a computer to run Zwift. You can do it on the iOS app in the App Store. I don't know if you can do it on Android. I've only used it on the iPad and iPhone. But you can download the Zwift app and do everything completely on the app. I do, however, recommend having an iPad or a computer. I think that's the best way to do it, so you can play it on a large screen. But hey, if you don't have that, you're on the cheap, then that's totally cool. Download the app and you're totally fine. So let's just start. What you need to do is you need to first download the app onto your computer or download the app onto your iPhone. Once you do that, then you're going to click on it, let it set up here, accept, create desktop icon, and install. Okay, so that will take a little bit here, load up. And why that's doing it, the nice thing about Zwift is when it first came out, I didn't really care for it. I thought it was just kind of gimmicky, and it wasn't fun to do my workouts because I had to control the resistance. And so now they've made a lot of updates. Zwift has put a ton of time and money into the program, and each month it just gets better and better. So I like where this is going. I can see a huge potential in this going forward as far as your training. They've added workouts now, so you can actually have it control the resistance. So if you have a smart or power trainer, it's like training Trainer Road and Perf Pro. So it actually controls the resistance, and you just spin and keep up with it. So I have an account already. If you don't have an account, then what you want to do is go onto Zwift.com, do join today up at the top, and then it's $10 a month. You get 7 days free, and you can sign up. So do that, take advantage of the 7 days. I'm just gonna log in once that loads up. Now, when you log in, you don't log in on the website. You log on the actual application, which is this. So I'm going to go ahead and log into my account. Now it's doing an update, and when you first load it up, it does take a little time because they do updates constantly on it, which is good. So don't get frustrated with this. This will take a little bit longer because it's a first install. So it's going to take, obviously here it says 3 minutes. So why that's doing it, I'll explain some other stuff. So now I got to remember my password. Let's do remember me and log in. Okay, cool. So you get to this screen and then you can do ride. You can see that you're logged into your account up there. If you do it on the computer or a laptop, then you need this little ant stick, little doggle, as you can see in that one screen. The lady just had an extender close to the trainer to get the best reception. If you do it on your iPhone, then it's off Bluetooth, so you don't need any of that. You just have a small little screen to watch it. Again, you can definitely do it on your iPhone. The disadvantage on the iPhone is a small screen, plus you there's a few features that are missing, but nothing crazy. Oh, the main thing is you can't do anything else on your phone at the same time. The app has to be running, and you can't get out of it. So that's the disadvantage of just doing it on the iPhone. So if someone calls you or anything like that, then it's kind of a problem. When you run it on the laptop or a computer, then you can download this thing called the Zwift Link, mobile link on your phone. And so your phone is connected to your Wi-Fi and your computer is connected to your Wi-Fi. And so it automatically knows that you're in a ride, and it gives you all your stats. Not only is it showing up on your TV screen with your computer, your laptop screen with your computer, but on your phone it gives you all your laps, and then you can slide it over and see other people's stuff and give them rides on and take screenshot photos. And then if you're in a race, you can see everyone in the race with you and how far they are and what kind of watts they're producing and so forth. So that's a cool feature when you have your phone and your computer connected to it. And I know this all sounds really complicated, but I promise after writing it for a couple weeks, you kind of catch on and you learn this stuff. So don't feel overwhelmed here. Okay, so the coolest feature I think with Zwift is the races. As a coach, it's sometimes hard to push yourself when you need to do those hard rides and maintain that high wattage. So the best way I like to do it is to do a Zwift race. And you can go onto the Zwift schedule or the Zwift events page, and you can find an event. Now they have just regular rides that you can join. These aren't all races. So this right here, this 10 o'clock ride tomorrow, is just a ride. And when you click on it, it says the details on it. It's a 60-minute noon ride, and the intensity is 2 watts to kilogram to 3 watts per kilogram. So what that means is kind of give you an idea based on your watts to kilogram ratio, what the riders in that group are going to be. And when you're in a group riding, it's really cool because the leaders got an arrow above them, and some groups do intervals, some groups just ride, but yeah, so that's fun if you want to do a group ride. And I think as a tri club we could do some really cool group rides. But that's down the future, and that's why I want to try to get more people on this. So the next thing is race. I'm just going to find a popular race here. So this is tomorrow, and yeah, they've got women workouts too, which is cool. Okay, so this KISS AM race is kind of early in the morning, but this is one of the more popular ones. This is a race, and once you're logged in, you set your name. Explains everything in here what you need to do. So there's power-ups in the game that you can get, and it's basically telling you rules that you can use the power-ups as you wish. It's an 18.5 mile race. All bikes are allowed. On your name, you just have to add the words KISS at the end. And then they've gotten rid of groups. So they used to have they still do, but some races have A, B, C, and D. Those are all indicating your watts to kilograms. So D is 2.0 to 3.0. No, D is 1.10 to 2.0. C is 2.0 to 3.0. B is 3.0 to 4.0, and A is 4 to 5. So depending on where your FTP is and your weight, then you know which group you're in. And the reason they do that is so that you're competing with people that are in your same league, so you're not just getting blown out of the water each time. This race happens to just lump everyone together. So you still can rank yourself based off of an A, B, or C, just based off of the watts to kilogram, and kind of see where you stand. But either way, this is a good race to really push that upper limit on your power. If you need to do a really hard, hour ride or 45-minute ride, then this is a great way to do it, because you'll maintain those watts for a long time, easier than if you were to just try it by yourself, because you're motivated. You've got someone that maybe makes a move up a hill, or a group that you're riding and you're trying to keep up with them. So it's really cool. And in the game you can draft. So when you ride in a large pack like these guys are here, you're getting the benefit of drafting. Now I know obviously in a triathlon you can't draft, but there are some races that are time trials, meaning if you have a time trial bike, then you don't get to draft. The system doesn't allow you to draft, and it's just you versus the clock, and you're on a time trial bike, and the time trial bikes are more aerodynamic, so they're actually faster in the game. But road bikes are better in some races, especially if there's groups, because then you can draft, whereas time trial bikes you can't. And then as you get better and better and you get more points, then you can unlock certain bikes and certain equipment like aero wheels and jerseys and all that stuff. So it's really fun. So you want to keep riding to get more points, which then motivates you to get on and ride. All right, so that's our race. Let's come back to the app. Just applying the update now. So we'll go back here, and we'll go, this is the actual website. I logged into actual Zwift website, and you can see my stats. So since I started, I've ridden 876 miles, and I've spent a day and 22 hours, and my total elevation, and the amount of pizza slices I've burned. And I can assure you I've probably eaten a lot more pizza than that. So, and then you can see each of your rides. Then these automatically upload to Strava and Training Peaks for you with all your power, which is cool. So let's find a ride that I did, a race that I did. Let's see. So here's a race. So this was a race I did. It was almost 28 miles. It was an hour and a minute long, and I averaged 299 watts. Now, honestly, there is just no way I shouldn't say no way, but it had been extremely difficult mentally to maintain almost 300 watts for an hour if I tried to do that myself. It was so easy to maintain 300 watts by doing this race. I shouldn't say so easy. I mean, the race was extremely hard. I still pushed it, but it was a lot easier just motivation-wise and mentally to maintain a higher wattage being out there racing against people. So that's a huge advantage. I haven't done this type of workout for a long time, since I started to do Zwift races. So here's another one. This was 277 watts. And some of these other ones, I'm just doing regular rides or regular workouts, so I'm not pushing as many watts. I don't race every single day. So yeah. So anyways, those are just a few of the rides. Here's another one, 274, 277. These are all races. And the reason why you want to do these high efforts is, because come race day, you're going to have to maintain that wattage for a long period of time. So you got to train your systems to be able to maintain that. All right, it looks like this might be ready here. So let's go in here. Okay, there we go. It's loading up. Now I don't have my kicker. I'm using my home computer inside, so I don't have the kicker all set up with the ant stick but I can give you a good idea of how this works here. So again, if you're going to decide to do this and you want to join a race this week, we're planning on doing one on Thursday as a group. And before you do that, tomorrow or Wednesday, get it all loaded up, get it all set up, do an easy, 10-mile ride to test it all out before you actually race, because you want to make sure it's all working properly and you're comfortable. Again, it will take you a few weeks to actually understand the Zwift system, just like anything new. Okay, let's turn that down a little. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is that. So once you get in here, you got your hand stick plugged in, then you're going to search for devices. If I had my kicker set up in the hand stick, it would show up here. You just double click it and you're good. Okay, then you go over here, you find your heart rate monitor. You don't necessarily need a heart rate monitor, but it's nice. Other thing too is you don't even need a power kicker, or I'm sorry, I keep saying kicker, that's what I use. You don't need a power trainer. You could use a regular, fluid trainer with a speed sensor if you really wanted to. It's called Z-Power. There's disadvantages to it when it comes to racing. They don't include you in the results and stuff like that, but you could definitely do it if that's all you have. Cadence meter, same thing. And then Controllable Trainer. This is what you want to connect so you can, as you go up a hill, it will control the resistance of the hill. Okay, so I don't have anything connected, so let's just do, well, let's see if it will let me. I'll just skip it. Okay, so you get to this screen next, and if you're friends with people, then you can just start riding with them. You just double click and say, okay, we want to ride with this guy. Then you can say ride with them, and then we'll put you right where that person's at if he's your friend. This is where you'd go to select a workout. So you go in here and you can upload your own workouts, but I'm not going to go into that. But here's where you would upload your own workouts. But let's just say we wanted to, they've got some plans in here you can select. Well, when you select this plan, it doesn't, when you go up a hill, the resistance does not kick in as if you're going up a hill. It only keeps at the intended watts that you need to be at. So it's just like doing Trainer Road or Perf Pro. As you go up that hill, if you're producing, on the set that you're on, it says 200 watts, then you're only going to go 200 watts up that hill, and whatever 200 watts plus your weight miles per hour up that hill would be, then that's all you're going to go. So that's the nice thing about workouts now, is you can still do your workouts and you can still be out on course and, kind of lose your mind in seeing people riding around you and stuff like that. So that's kind of fun. So we're not going to do that. And then over here on the right, this is how you join the upcoming events. So tomorrow, I'm going to find it tomorrow night. Or not, it's not tomorrow night. I'm not doing this tomorrow night. But if I wanted to do this race, then I would join this race. Okay. Now this is one right here that has these groups. And so when you join this group, you would click on the letter that corresponds to your category. So like the D's again is 1 to 2.0 watts per kilogram. C is 2 to 3 watts per kilogram, and B is 3 to 4 and 4 to 5. And you figure that by taking your weight in kilograms, dividing it by your FTP, and that would be the category you need to go in. And then you can see how many people are in these races. So, for tomorrow you got 36 people. This race right here usually has like 100 people. So that's a ton of people to ride with during a race. That's pretty cool. Eventually, like I said, I'd like to get a Salt Lake Tri Club either group ride or a race on here that we could do together. And then I'll show you how we can all communicate a little easier with each other, because on here you can really only type to each other right now, and I don't think the system's that great to communicate. So anyway, so let's just ride. So right now I'm just going to select ride. It's not going to really do anything because I don't have anything set up. So this is your little avatar with who you can customize. And then you can, when you're over here, you can actually click on someone and like see them riding. So let's go to this P. Guzman. So this is P. Guzman. You can actually see their stats right here as they ride. I'm going to find, and then by the way, you can actually run on here too, which is really cool. And so eventually they'll probably do a lot with that, where you can do like races and stuff. But here's someone, this person's from China. He's currently pushing, I don't know what his deal is. Let's find someone that's actually riding here. This person's from Japan. Pushing 213 watts up this hill. It's about 5% grade, His RPM is 64. His heart rate's that. His watts to kilogram is 3. And he's about 9 miles and about 10 miles into his riding. Let's give him a little thumbs up. Tell him good job. And this is the way it works as far as like the hills. You can go into your settings here. I'm going to have to exit out here, so let's exit out. Oh, I shouldn't have done that, but that's okay. Let's go back into Zwift. Go ride. Pull it back up. Just load in here. And then when you're on your phone app, you can actually join the it's just loading. Okay, let's do skip. Okay. Okay, so in the settings, I should have just continued to ride here. And then the course schedule here, they change it up. So today is London. Today's the 4th. So we're riding the London course. The black is Watopia, which is a made-up island. It's pretty cool. It has a volcano and stuff. Then you've got Richmond on a few days. And that's pretty much the courses. So, okay, so we'll ride here. Try to get our settings up here. Let's go menu. Then you can go over here and customize. So this is where you customize your avatar and you unlock items. As you start unlocking items, you get more options on doing different stuff. So right now that's the best setup for me. And again, your setup makes a difference on your speed and your aerodynamics. So it's nice to unlock some stuff. You also have all these achievements that you can get. Right now I'm doing the Everest Challenge, where you have to climb 30,000 feet, then you get the Everest Challenge done. And then here you can see the achievements. There's all these achievements, like if you right here you hit 600 watts and you get this achievement, stuff like that, which is kind of cool. Let me close this. And you go, this is where you change your name. So right now I just have it on our club name, SLTC. But if I was doing that ride, then you can go in here, and this is where you would put like the KISS. And that just basically means you're indicating that you're part of the race, so people know where you're at. And then when they do the results, they can include you in that result. So I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'm going to put it back to our club name, of course, and represent. Okay, save that. Oh, and then the weight's a huge factor in this. That weight indicates your watts to kilogram ratio, so you need to make sure that's as accurate as possible. It doesn't really help you to do like super light, because the big riders do better on like the downhills and the flats and stuff, and the lighter riders do better on the climbing. So that's just how it works. Also in settings, you have a spot in here. Where is it? Oh, it's because I don't have the power meter on. But if you had the power meter on, basically let's just find someone that's on a hill. He's on a 2.5 hill, but you can change this so the resistance doesn't, so you don't have to be changing your gears constantly. I have mine set on 50%. That's just kind of the standard, meaning that I only fill this at 50%. So on like say a 10% hill, I'm only really filling 5%. and I'm still producing the same amount of watts. It doesn't matter whether you put it at 100% or 50% or 0%. It's the amount of watts that you're producing to your weight is going to be the determination on how fast you go up that hill. The only reason I set it at 50 is because I don't want to be changing my gears constantly on like a 10% hill, a really steep hill. I kind of want to just go up a few cogs and not have to worry about going in my big and small chainring and stuff. So you can change that however you like, but again, it's no disadvantage or advantage, I don't think. Yeah, so that kind of is the tutorial on the Zwift. If you want to join us, then you also want to download an app on your phone called Discord, or on your computer, however you have it set up. This app allows us to make a chat room via our phone, so we can all sit together and chat as we're riding together. So it'll be a lot more social for us. So if you're interested, I can get you more information on this Discord, depending again how you have your whole app set up. But I think with riding together, having the Discord app, we can make a really social experience for our club and become better cyclists. So if you have any questions, post them below, and thanks for watching for the last 25 minutes. See you later.